Welcome trainers!
This is the Goldenrodcast coming to you live from the radio tower in Goldenrod City. My name is JellieBee and this is my co-host
CharlieChespin.
And welcome to episode 4. It's been a month!
Wow, actually it has.
Oh my gosh. That's gone very fast.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Also, because we've got the intro written down, it's like a BTS, like behind the scenes. I nearly said, my name is CharlieChespin.
We'll have to do that for the April Fool's.
Yeah, April Fool's. Oh no, we spoiled it now.
Damn. They'll forget it.
But yeah, so we got an excellent comment again from Angie, and they've asked so many questions, and we've decided to turn one of the questions into the entire topic. Mm-hmm. But first, we're going to talk about something that's a little bit more relevant to Sword and Shield, which is, do you think you will have the option to let Pokemon follow you around in the new game? And then the follow-up question is, how much do we want to see of this game beforehand? And we talked about those two topics, didn't we? Because following around, like the follow thing, is like my favourite thing that they've ever added to Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking because I don't think it's going to be in it. We would have seen it by now.
Yeah, I think like they've not shown it. I'd be very surprised if it does make it in.
Considering they've already said that they don't have. I don't know if they've gone on record as saying they don't have enough time to work on adding all the Pokemon to the national decks, like that whole debacle that we talked about last week. Mm-hmm. I think adding them to the overworld as a follow mechanic, it's not as like with Let's Go, they all have very, very unique animations, and they're very like, they've got so much personality. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. But then don't forget, like Let's Go had 151 too.
153 Meltan and Melmetal.
Oh, Melmetal. Duh.
Yeah, he evolves.
I keep forgetting that. I just think of him as a little Ditto, which I still call Nutto. But yeah, so yeah, I would love to see them follow, but I don't think we're gonna get it.
Yeah. I feel like if that was a feature, they would have showed it off by now. Like, they would have been like, look, all you guys love this. Here you go.
Yeah. We know how much you love this and have been asking for it, so guess what we're doing? But no, it's not going to happen. Yeah. We would have seen it by now, because I think the first reveal trailer for Hot Gold Soul Silver had them following.
Yeah.
It was very... And this... Oh no, maybe not Let's Go. I don't think it did with Let's Go, because it was that trailer where it was like more real life, wasn't it? And it's like you could play with your friends.
Yeah. And
like throwing the balls together. I don't think there was a lot in that trailer.
I think the first sort of like proper gameplay trailer probably did.
Because that's when we all started screaming, because you got footage of riding an Arcanine and you were like,
yeah,
my life is made.
That's another thing. Do you think like ride Pokemon are going to be in it?
Please don't bring back HMs, for the love of God. We don't want Defog. We're happy. We're happy without it.
We're fine with Defog as a move, but like as an HM... I
don't know if I am. I'm just too
It's got competitive like application.
At least it's good for something then.
Yeah. But they've showed off like the bike that goes on water, so that we won't need Surf as like an HM. So I'm guessing...
Oh my God,
I'm guessing the Rotom phone is like the HM thing. No.
Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, it was even less of, like... Because, like, the Ride Pokemon in Sun and Moon are, like, specific Pokemon, but it was just your Pikachu and Eevee, wasn't it? That was the HM slave, technically, because it had the moves, and it was, like... Yeah. You surfed with the Pikachu. Yeah,
Let's Go, it was just them, yeah.
You got a balloon...
Other than, like,
and
the
strapped
Pokemon
it to a Pokemon and a Pikachu.
Like you're following Pokemon that were big enough to ride on, you could actually ride on.
But it wasn't a HM thing.
Mm.
Kind of cool, though. But obviously riding on Pokemon is really fast. Like in Sun and Moon, you get like the Tauros.
Yeah. So
useful. Because do you even get a bike in Sun and Moon?
No, I'm pretty sure the ride Pokemon are the bike.
Oh wow.
That's like the stand-in for the bike.
Yeah.
I always used to just ride around on Stoutland because I love finding hidden items.
Yeah, the stuff is so cute. I like Tauros for egg hatching.
Yeah.
Especially, I think, I don't know if it does actually work any better, but there's that bit near the daycare, and there's like a square that's like fenced off, and it's got like hay bales in it. But there's just enough, if you get right in the centre, you can call your Tauros, and you can't get out. So you can rotate and just go round in a circle on your Tauros
cool.
right outside the daycare and hatch eggs.
Wow.
That's what I would do. Whether it actually helps, I don't know. Whether it adds to the egg steps, whether like the speed obviously is a step. But it felt like it was working. So, because I think I was trying to chain hatch for like a shiny Eevee, and it was not happening. I'm no good with shinies anyway. But yeah, like the ride Pokemon, I think is going to be the closest we're going to get, if there's any ride Pokemon.
Yeah, because they've had ride Pokemon since Gen 6. Like, there was specific spots in X and Y where you could ride like a certain Pokemon. Like, you could ride a Rhyhorn over the rocky
Rhyhorn
area.
was so cute.
And I think it was Mamoswine in the snowy area.
Yeah.
And then obviously like Sun and Moon, you had the ride Pokemon as basically like HMs.
I love how you just dial a Tauros and it pops up. You're like, wow, this is very
Call
useful.
the Charizard hotline to fly places.
Hotline. Is that because he's on fire?
Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
So, I don't think it's going to come back in this game. I can see them doing a Let's Go Togepi and Marill. Please do that. And I will fight anyone who, like, I would have to get Togepi. Would absolutely have to get. What would it be? Let's Go Togepi and Azurill.
Yeah, I guess it would have to be Azurill.
But Azurill's like pathetic, isn't it?
Well, so is Togepi.
Well, yeah. Not that buff one in Soul Silver. That was a devastator. That was.
Yeah, the one that can defeat a Gengar at level 1.
Yeah. So a fun fact actually about Azurill is it's one of the only ones I think it can technically change gender. When
I think it's the only one that changes gender, because it's got a different ratio of like gender compared to Marill.
It can change gender when it evolves, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. That's so weird. Yeah.
So, and would we prefer Game Freak to show more or less? We have very strong opinions on this.
Yeah, definitely less.
Less.
Like I don't mind like being sort of trickle fed like a bit of information just to keep the hype up.
Yeah.
But like Sun and Moon's like reveal cycle was like it was literally just like an info dump.
Yeah, it was.
Like
constant,
they revealed full lines of Pokemon.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when Black and White was coming out, I think the Pokédex got leaked. I know the numbers got leaked.
Well, the Black and White was, I think, like one of the last games without a global release. So they had it in Japan before. So
I thought we got it first. I think we got it before America.
Yeah,
I think it was one of the first games that we finally got before America.
Yeah, Europe got it like a week or so before America. Yeah, I remember that.
So, but the Pokédex was leaked. I remember that because we got numbers, we didn't get pictures. Because I mentioned about Scraggy.
Oh yeah.
Because I was really excited because it's dark fighting. I was like, wow, and then I was really disappointed. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm very much the same as Charlie. I don't want to be given the entire game in text form or video form before I actually have it in my hands.
Yeah, when the game comes out, I want to be amazed by the game.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to.
I don't think I'd play a demo. I don't know if I would play a demo.
No, I don't know. Well, I mean, the demos haven't been that bad, to be fair.
No, but I don't think I played the demo for Sun and Moon because I actually wanted to preserve that first time feeling. There's a lot of things I kind of like. I didn't play the Resident Evil 2 demo, even though it's technically called like a one shot. It was called like the single shot demo or something, and you could only play it once. As soon as you died, you couldn't. Even
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you died right at the beginning, you couldn't even even if you reinstalled it, you'd have to probably make like a whole new PSN and everything just to get it again. But I didn't play that because I wanted to save.
That's brutal.
I know it's brutal. I mean, the only demo I've technically played again was PT, but I love PT. But yeah, I don't even know if I'd play a demo. I really want it to be that raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Sun and Moon basically gave you a brochure before like the game came out,
Yeah.
and like I guess it kind of fit because Alola's like a vacation destination. Well, it's based on Hawaii,
Yeah,
right?
they could have just done a postcard.
Yeah.
I wish you were here.
So it kind of felt like you knew all about it before you got there, but I hope for this one, like, I don't mind seeing a few more Pokemon. Like I'm sure they will, like show off a few more Pokemon, but I don't want to see like all the characters. I don't want to know about like the story and all that. I just want to turn up to the Galar region with almost no information.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say almost no clothes because I just got this image of Dark Souls. You can start a game of Dark Souls with like just your underwear. And so you've got like no armor value and it's really difficult. And that's, for some reason that popped into my head. I was like, yeah, that would be cool. You just show up in like...
I mean, they are bringing back the fashion...
yeah, I
like
love that.
Trainer customization.
That's like the teenage sim fanatic in me.
I really, really hope they've
customize.
got like a bigger range of like choice this time, especially for the boys.
Was it not? I
Like-
thought the girls thing. That's probably my favourite part of Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Was dressing up.
Yeah.
It was very expensive. Early game, you cannot afford a new t-shirt. I'm like, get me a Primark, maybe. It's like 3,000 odd Poké Dollars, and at the beginning of the game, you're just scrounging enough to get like antidotes, and yeah, you just don't have that money. But later in the game, you're just like, that's all I'd spend my money on.
Yeah, in X and Y and Sun and Moon and Ultra, I guess. Like the girl like character always had more options than like the boy character.
Oh.
Like I think the boy character had like 4 or 5 different haircuts, and the girl had like 12 or something.
Yeah. There's like a chart. It's like the Animal Crossing hair chart.
Yeah.
You can go in and see like what it looked like beforehand. Because I've had some bad haircuts on Animal Crossing. Oh my god. And there's like charts you can find. It's like, because with Animal Crossing, it's a really similar sort of setup when you get a haircut. You played New Leaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but I think on New Leaf they're more like, you just don't know what you're gonna get at all. It's like, how are you feeling today? Fancy, and they'll give you a buzz cut, and you're like, huh? So I've come up with some very questionable haircuts, but I always check up guides to see how my hair's gonna turn out now. Haircuts expensive on Pokemon. It's like 5,000 Poké Dollars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or like 15,000.
Something
That's like
that.
Women's haircut prices in real life, to be honest.
But yeah, like it's weird though, because they brought trainer customization into the main games in X and Y, and they kept it in for Sun and Moon. But I always felt like the choice was a bit lacking, especially when they did it so well on Battle Revolution for the Wii.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Like that game had the best trainer customization, and it wasn't even a main game. Like, why couldn't they have just like done that again, basically?
I was disappointed with Battle Revolution for the battle aspect. I think I remember being a bit. Meh.
Yeah, because it's not for if you compare it to Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah,
there's
nothing
so
has ever topped
much
Stadium.
to do in Stadium and Stadium 2.
Yeah.
And Battle Revolution was like pretty much straightforward. It was good for like a 3D battle simulator, like for the time.
Yeah, and it was cool. You could connect to DS, couldn't it? You could just put your team straight on and you'd see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, like the story mode in that was pretty lacking.
I remember Battle Revolution was the first game to have Pokemon contact each other when they attacked.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And I was like, oh my god, it's the future. Like I was living for that mechanic. But I think people are like, oh my god, please remake Pokemon Snap. The Switch is perfect for it. Remake Pokemon Snap. And I'm like, Stadium, please. Like I spent so many hours on Stadium.
Yeah.
I
don't know what they
Snap,
would
but...
like how they would justify it, because obviously back in the day, like the novelty of seeing the 3D Pokemon was like half the appeal of
it would have been
Stadium.
cool to tie it in as like almost like a side game with Let's Go, because it would have had the restricted Pokédex and like
that would have been cool actually.
Yeah.
And having like all the different battle modes is cool, but like that's basically like we didn't have like VGC back then.
No.
So like VGC and like, you know, your post game like battle tower and stuff is basically now what Stadium used to be.
It's
The only thing
mini
that's
games.
the only thing that's like not like recreated as the mini games, except in like Heart Gold you had the Pokeathlon,
Yeah,
which is super fun.
That was fun.
But
I think my favourite side game in Soul Silver was actually Voltorb Flip. I would I think I've told you about this, where I would just sit and zone in and like the world around me disappeared, and I had like this perfect way of doing it. Like I knew I couldn't ever explain, but it was a foolproof way of getting through it. It's just math.
Yeah.
But I'd figured it out and I couldn't explain it, and I was like, it makes perfect sense to me.
It is surprisingly fun.
It's so good. I would pay 50 quid to just have Voltorb Flip on the Switch. But
they should just release it as an app.
Yeah, they should. Oh my god, I think that'd be kind of dangerous for me. Because I'd sit there for hours with my DS like inches from my face. I would. I want to do competitive Voltorb Flip. That's my thing. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to have to dig out Soul Silver now.
Voltorb Flip at Pokemon Worlds 2020.
Me though. Like, I'm the only one that shows up, so I automatically win.
Yay.
No one else wants to play Voltorb Flip. Oh, that would be so good. Damn it. I'm going to have to dig out Soul Silver now.
We're going to play it together.
Like. But, I mean, if we play it together and I end up on Voltorb Flip, that's not going to be very fun for, like, the Twitch stream.
Well,
because I'll be there, like, in the zone.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, oh god, we're at Goldenrod. It's in Goldenrod as well.
Yeah, it is.
You're like, oh no, she's
It's only
there.
down the road from the radio tower.
No.
So if Morgan doesn't show up to a podcast, we know where she is.
Yeah. Oh god. Now I've remembered Voltorb Flip. I'm gonna go home and charge my 3DS. My 3DS is like permanently dead at the moment because I'm either playing my Switch or my PS4, which is really sad. Oh, speaking of 3DSs though, my partner brought home, because he traded in some games, so like Angie actually mentioned this, like trading in like I've never traded in games, but my partner's really big on it, and he traded in like 2 games, and because they had like a trade-in bonus if you pre-ordered something, he got a 3DS, a new 3DS, as in like new, like not like brand fresh. New. No, like the new 3DS.
Oh, the new 3DS. Right. Yeah, that's not confusing.
With the faceplates, and it has these gorgeous Pikachu faceplates on, and he got it for 2 quid.
What?
And I'm like, where did you get that from? He was like, got it from Game for 2 quid. I'm like, what the hell? Like, screaming at him. Because I wanted a fresh console for ages, because I'm worried about damaging my Majora's Mask one. I wanted to put it in the cabinet now.
Yeah.
They didn't name that well. They did not name that well.
No,
I was
didn't.
like, they could have called it like the Super 3DS. That'd have been so cool.
That would have been a good name.
Yeah, they need to hire me.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm moving to Japan. Yeah, so our main topic, we're like 20 minutes in, our main topic for this podcast. So Angie brought it up, and I actually suggested this and then read Angie's comment, so we're on the same wavelength. And we're going to talk about our favourite type, our favourite Pokemon from each type. And just as a side note, I looked up a type list before we started recording, and it had 6 fresh types on. So if you type into Google, I don't know if it'll be the same, because maybe Google's different depending on what you've searched. But if you Google image search Pokemon type list, there's a picture from the Pokemon Amino, and it's got 6 fresh types. Do you want to read them out, Charlie?
Yeah. So it looks totally unassuming at first glance. You got, your normal poison, psychic, fire, rock, dragon, all of them. We know those ones. Yeah. But then there's like an extra column where it looks like it's the same
really
sort of icons as the other ones. And so you've got food type.
What would food type be?
Vanilla?
Vanilla is the only one. Is that because the ice cream truck's just gone past?
Probably. Is Magikarp a food type?
Oh. Well, Pidgey eats Caterpie, doesn't it? Or Spearow eats Caterpie.
Something
Even
like
though it's like the same size as it.
Is Execute a food type?
Ew. Oh no.
Anyway, so there's food type, there's slug type.
Slug type?
That seems like so narrow. What would be a slug type?
Macargo
and Slugma.
What's super effective against
Sliggoo
slug?
and Goomy, are they slug type?
Yeah, but when it's Goodra, is it no longer slug type?
I guess maybe it keeps the slug typing, I don't know. That's so weird.
Slug and dragon.
Slug dragon. I mean, that's basically what it is. Then we got plastic type. What's a plastic Pokemon?
I mean, we buy plenty of those.
Which ones are made of plastic?
The merch. The merch
figures.
Is plastic type.
Then wind type. I kind of like that.
It's like flying.
Yeah. I mean, what would be a wind type and rather than a flying type?
Gyarados, I think.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. Like Tornadus.
Yeah.
But then, like, Tornadus turns into a bird in its beast form, so then it would be flying type again, I guess.
Well, it'd be cool if, like, the Pidgey line was, like, wind and flying.
Yeah, rather than normal and flying.
And, like, because flying I can understand being conducted... oh god, there it is again, the ice cream fan. What's the word? Conductible? I can't think of the word. By electricity, but wind wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like this combination of like normal and flying. That's what I picture wind like.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, and then crystal type.
Crystal type is like.
There's the crystal onyx from the anime.
Dude, yeah. I would think of like...
Diancie, I guess, is crystal type. Carbink.
Cute. I love Diancie.
And then finally there's light type. Which
is
people
Pikachu
have been...
when he's got the light ball, he goes light type.
Yeah. People have been saying, oh, there should be a light type to be like
I think it would have been fairy if it was anything.
Yeah, because like since like Gen 2, since Dark type's been in it, people have been like, oh, there should be a light type as well, but it's not called the Dark type in Japanese anyway. It's the evil type. So unless you could have like a good type,
a good type, angel type,
yeah,
and it's just Igglybuff.
It's surprising there's no sound type, because that's the one that people always say, like that should be the next type. Like,
I would imagine sound type to be very similar to like normal, but with like a super effectiveness, I guess.
Like X-Cloud, Noiva, and because Electrode, tons of Pokemon have like the soundproof ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we found earlier, trying to look up a type chart.
If you listen to this, tell us what your favourite slug and plastic Pokemon is. And food. I only noticed food when I passed it over to you. I didn't notice it before.
Oh.
Food.
Food. Is Trubbish a food type? But he's just gone bad.
Rotten food. He's a slug and food type.
Yeah.
Poor Trubbish.
I mean...
He deserved better.
Jeez.
What type is Trubbish? Poison?
Poison, yeah.
Just poison?
Just poison.
Oh, blessed. Okay, so we'll go through the types and we'll go... Is that the standard normal order that they're in? Yeah. Starts with normal, ends in fairy.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. So, Charlie, what's your favourite normal type? I know the answer.
It's Snorlax, obviously. Snorlax is great. He's a big, fat, sleepy boy who he likes to eat.
He'd be food type.
He wouldn't be food type.
He'd be wind and food type.
Oh God.
Not like that. I meant like, because then he wouldn't be normal. I was just trying to fit in wind somewhere. I like the idea of wind type. Okay, like airbenders are like my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should know my favourite normal.
Jigglypuff?
No. There's one higher than that.
Ditto.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, a Jigglypuff is part fairy now, right?
Well, it's part fairy, but it's still normal.
Well, there's my answer for later. Yeah. Yeah, Ditto definitely is specifically shiny Ditto. And everyone loves shiny Pokemon, but shiny Ditto it was my persona online for so long. Bluto. And so to me, Jigglypuff, Ditto should just always be blue. And I really want one in Pokemon Go, but I don't think they're shiny available yet.
I mean, they're rare enough as it is.
I know, because you can't like breed for them. There's no like, I have one on Soul Silver, but I refuse to take it off Soul Silver because it's following me. I suppose I could get it up to Let's Go, but
no, you can't transfer stuff to Let's Go.
It's stuck on Soul Silver then.
You could shiny hunt for one on Let's Go, I
guess. That was my next shiny hunt after Jigglypuff, actually. Shiny Ditto. But, my God, have mercy on my soul. It's so hard.
Alright, so what is your favourite fire type then?
See,
that's going to be difficult for you.
It is difficult for me. I'm going to do them based on what I initially think. Like, straight up think. And I would say Ho-Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I'm just a Johto lover. There's probably other fire types that... Maybe, what's the burb one? The fire burb. Is it from...
Moltres?
No.
Talonflame.
Talonflame. I quite like that.
Talonflame's cool.
It's just another firebird. So
Yeah.
Probably Ho-Oh. If I'm thinking like straight up, like first thing that comes to mind is probably Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Ho-Oh.
What's yours?
Cool.
I know this one.
Yeah.
God.
these first two are really, really easy for me because they're like in my top 3 favourite Pokemon of all time anyway. So my favourite fire type is Arcanine.
Yay.
A big fluffy boy.
Yeah.
I'd love to have like a massive like horse-sized wolf dog thing, tiger amalgam.
It's technically, so I did my research on Arcanine because it's part of my Pokemon Zodiac drawing, and I received hate for Dunsparce and Arcanine, and also Tauros to a small degree.
Why Tauros?
So I don't know. Someone was like Bouffalon would have been better, and I'm like, I don't even think Bouffalon was out when I drew it. It's that old, but so Arcanine is based on an old mythological Chinese lion dog.
Cool.
But obviously it ties into the theme of like tiger with the way it's drawn.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are like, it's not a tiger, it's a dog. And I'm like, but it looks like a tiger. And at the time, the only other tigers like Pokemon was Raikou.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how you say that. I say Raikou. Raikou.
Yeah, apparently the correct is Raikou.
But yeah, so, and the rest of my Pokemon drawing didn't have any other legendaries on. Raikou would have looked so bad in the composition. And I won't talk about Dunsparce because I'll be here all day. But Dunsparce would be another favourite normal type for me.
Yeah, I like Dunsparce a lot
so
too.
Cute.
Tsuchinoko.
It's a bumblebee snake, mythological creature. He is a snake. Anyway, next type.
Okay. So next type is water type.
Water type. What's your favourite water type?
That's actually
Isn't
pretty
it the
tough.
biggest, other than normal maybe? Isn't it the biggest,
Yeah,
the largest amount of Pokemon?
Yeah, there's the
water.
most. It's like normal, and then water's like really close behind, or maybe it is water and then normal's really close behind. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, like those are the
I think back in Gen 1, I think
populated.
water was, because it was a fact in one of my books.
Ah.
During Gen 1 and 2, I think it might have been. It was in a magazine. It was like, there's more water types than any other type. I was like, cool. And they just keep adding more types. So, yeah.
That's a tough one.
I know mine.
Guess I'd probably say Blastoise.
Aw, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So far, you've only had Gen 1 Pokemon.
I know, I'm so boring, right?
You're a Gen 1-er.
I mean,
Thank
I
God
bet
you're
there's
not.
another one that I'm just not thinking
Yeah. I'm looking at your room, but it's literally just Arcanine and Chespin.
of.
It's not helping.
I mean, like, Blastoise was the cover Pokemon of my first ever Pokemon game, so I'll always have a soft spot for Blastoise.
I do like Blastoise.
Like, you couldn't tell me that there was a cooler Pokemon than Blastoise, like, when I was a little kid.
Are you that kid on the internet who opens the Pokemon cards and
Blastoise!
Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
And then Will's in the background, the kid in the background, wondering what's going on. Damn, you could have been famous. You could have just said that was me. You'd have been on Ellen, like, tomorrow.
Oh, God. That's not relevant anymore.
No. So, my favourite water type is Empoleon.
Oh, yeah, Empoleon's really cool.
Yeah. Would have been a close tie with Lapras.
Yeah, also good.
Love Lapras. I actually like Lapras as a result of Gen 2 because when it was on Fridays and it was singing down in the cave.
Yeah.
And you went and found it. I loved that. Oh,
that was so
Gen 2
cool.
was so cool. Oh my God. I love it. Empoleon, definitely. It's also my second favourite starter line of the lot. So, yeah.
It's definitely my favourite starter from, like, the 4th gen ones. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm not a Chimchar fan. Chimchar's probably my least favourite starter.
I think he's pretty low for me as well.
So naff.
Oh, poor guy. You just don't like the monkey Pokemon.
I don't like monkeys. Oh. Also, what about Kyogre for water?
Kyogre's alright.
Okay, fair enough. There's a Kyogre literally sat on your printer. I was like, oh my god, maybe that's his favourite water.
Oh no, that's just that's one of the McDonald's toys.
Oh, okay.
I haven't moved it, I guess. Yeah, Kyogre's cool, I suppose, but I had Ruby version, so I'm kind of biased.
Sapphire.
Oh, well, there you go.
Next type.
Next is grass type.
Oh, this is hard.
Yeah.
What? Well, I know yours. We know yours. This is not very difficult for Charlie.
Yeah, so far I've had a fairly easy time picking these.
Yeah. Go on.
It's Chespin, obviously.
Actually,
he's adorable. And he's like in the anime where he's just like a mischief who eats all the food when he's not supposed to.
In the anime.
Oh, he's really cute.
Mine's Chikorita.
Chikorita's
my favourite starter anyway. I just love Chikorita in the anime. She had so much attitude.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with her.
She had a jealous streak.
She did. I tend to like those kinds of characters. I don't know why. But, oh, God. Yeah. And Rowlet. Rowlet is a good boy.
Yeah, Rowlet's up there for me as well.
Very high up.
Very, very.
And Bulbasaur, I love grass starters.
Yeah.
I actually really like a lot of grass type Pokemon, so that is kind of hard for me. But it's Chikorita for definite. Yeah.
Nice. So the next type is your favourite type. Electric type.
Electric. Jolteon.
Jolteon.
That wasn't hard.
That was a snap pick. Jolteon's cool.
I pretty much love all electric types. Honourable mentions, Galvantula, Pikachu. There's one coming up later, but it is under a different type, which is another favourite.
See if I can try and guess it.
Yeah, just, oh my god, electric type is just Zapdos. Oh my god, Zapdos. Your turn.
Zapdos is sweet.
Yeah.
My favourite electric type, so I had to say, like, electric type's definitely not, like, one of my favourites.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't hate it. It's like, I don't know. I never really play with electric types,
oh my
usually.
God, Ampharos as well. Sorry, I'm just remembering all of my favourite electric.
Just basically naming all the electric types. Electric types. Man, I didn't have an answer prepared for this one.
There's gonna be a few like this for me. To be
Yeah.
This is me and fire.
I'm trying to think of if I've ever like used an electric type that I was like really happy with. I guess
Alolan Raichu?
No, I've never used one of those actually.
You have a figure of it.
I have a figure of it.
Oh,
yeah.
you've got 2 figures of it.
Yeah, one's broken. Man, I guess I would say.
List if you...
Yeah, I think I'd probably say Electabuzz.
Okay.
I think that's one of the few electric types I can actually remember using.
Okay.
Because I
love Electivire. I actually like Elekid and Electivire more than Electabuzz.
Yeah. I think I'd probably say Elekid.
Yeah,
actually.
He's so cute.
Elekid is my favourite because I caught an Elekid in Black White 2.
Oh,
or White 2. And I used it, like, it was really, you can get it really early on in the game.
No way, that's quite good.
And then I just used it for the full game, and I was like, this is such a cool Pokemon.
Oh.
so yeah, like, I hardly ever use electric types, but yeah. Oh, actually, I did really like Vikavolt from Sun and Moon. I had that in my first playthrough as well. I didn't expect it to be an electric type.
Is that the one that evolves from... Does it evolve from Charger Bug?
Yes.
Because I like Grubbin.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't... Wait, does Grubbin evolve into Charger Bug?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm learning. Because I really like Grubbin.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd love that thing as much.
Grubbin's really cute.
It's so cute. But I had one of those on Ultra Moon, and I had an Inkay, and they were like my favourites. Inkay's Gen 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't even...
Oh! I've just thought of my favourite electric type Pokemon.
Oh, no.
I never think of it as an electric type. It's Stunfisk.
No, not the fun.
I love Stunfisk.
He
He's
looks
just
like
so
a
goofy.
That's one of my best friends. Her favourite Pokemon is
Maybe that's my
Stunfisk.
favourite ground type, though. I don't know.
It could be.
But we'll come back when we get to the ground type. I'll think of it another ground type. But yeah, I think Stunfisk is my favourite electric type. Okay. Next type is ice type.
I might put Lapras in there. I can't think of another ice type off the top of my head. I mean, Frostless is pretty cool, but I've never used one. I think ice type. Do you know yours? What I'm thinking?
Yeah, mine's Mamoswine.
Oh, fluffy boy.
Yeah, and I used him in VGC for XY, and he was like such a bro and super strong.
I'm just going to say Lapras because it's the first thing that's come to mind.
Cool. I like Mamoswine because in Heart Gold he's one of the like new evolutions of a Johto Pokemon that you can actually get before the Elite Four.
Oh, no way.
Because like a few of them for some reason they locked behind the Elite Four. Like you get the Togepi egg.
Togekiss.
Yeah. You get the Togepi egg, and you can obviously like train it and evolve it to Togetic, but you can't get the stone to evolve it until after the. Why did they do that?
I think I got mine through. I transferred mine through Diamond. Because you can get them in the underground, can't you? And I had so many different stones because I spent so much time in the underground.
Yeah.
I think I traded over my shiny stone early, but you can't get it in game.
No, you can't get it like in game without trading.
Isn't it in like it's up near Blackthorn City? I think somewhere.
No, it's not even in Johto. Like,
oh, isn't it? Is it in Kanto?
I think you can find one in Kanto, but then you can also get them with Pokeathlon points, but only after you beat the Elite Four, which is really annoying because I would have loved to have used a Togekiss in Johto.
Yeah.
But
which I did.
Yeah, well, you did. Yeah.
Because I got to Togetic and I was like, "Where's my shiny stone?"
But yeah, the ones that evolve by stone, you basically can't get until after the Elite Four. But the ones that evolve just due to having a move,
so like
that they learned, like Apom can evolve into Ambipom, Piloswine into Mamoswine, Lickitung into Licky.
Magneton?
No, Magneton. Actually, that's another really interesting one. Is you can't evolve Magneton in Heart Gold Soul Silver at all because there's no magnetic cave or anything. So you have you had to back in the day.
Did you have the Mossy and Icy Stones?
Yeah, I think they were still around.
I think wasn't the Mossy Stone in Ilex Forest?
I think it was Viridian Forest.
Viridian.
I think so.
Definitely one of the spooky forests.
Yeah, one of them. or maybe they were another one, because I know back in the day you had to basically transfer or trade over your Magneton to Diamond and Pearl or Platinum and go into Mount Coronet to evolve it.
Yeah.
And then trade it back over.
Crazy.
It's a very weird
so there you go. There's one Pokemon that wasn't in the national.
Yeah. So weird. Half of the Pokemon that got new evolutions, from originally in Johto, they just kind of locked out of Heart Gold Soul Silver. So I couldn't understand. It's like in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you couldn't evolve a Golbat up to Crobat, even if it was max friendship, because they locked the Pokemon to be Kanto regional decks only until after you got the national decks. So even though you had a Golbat or a Chansey that's max friendship, you couldn't evolve it to its next form.
Oh my god.
And it's why would you do that? Come on. I know that Crobat exists.
I know Crobat loves me very much.
I know that Blissey is a thing, so just let me. I understand they were trying to...
What happens, Oak comes and upgrades your Pokedex and all of a sudden your Chansey and your Golbat and your team just go...
It would be funny if it was that, but it's on their next level up, they'll evolve. But...
And then someone has got them to level 100 and they're stuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'd be so... so I feel so bad for someone.
I wonder if you can actually take a Golbat up to a level 100 without an Everstone. Not cancelling.
Well, you could in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Fire Red and Leaf Green you can. But I don't think it would be possible, would it?
I think you could. You'd have to keep using the herbal medicine on
the
them.
nasty...
that they don't like.
That's so cruel.
Just keep
I
feeding
made myself sad.
Bad stuff. Oh
well.
But yeah, that was always one of my gripes with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like I know that they were trying to like really recreate it like almost one for one essentially, except for like they added in like
they should have taken off Steel and Dark.
yeah. Magneton was still a Steel type. So what gives? Why couldn't they get a Crobat?
Gen 1 was so buggy, so let's add something in to make everyone unhappy like they were in Gen 1. Let's make stuff that makes no sense. Then it's a real remake.
Yeah.
Like special. What's the next type?
The next type is Ground type.
This one's hard for me because I could easily just... Oh, God. Technically, it's Larvitar.
Okay.
But if I'm going to be really harsh on myself and say I'm not going to use more than one Pokemon from the same line, because we're obviously going to come up to one of those types in a minute.
Yeah. Because you could also say for rock type, it's Pupitar.
No, I've done that before on memes where they're like, what's your favourite ground? I'm like, Larvitar. Favourite rock? Pupitar. Dark? Tyranitar. Like, we know.
Spoilers.
If I was going to pick it, I don't know what I'd pick other than Larvitar, actually.
Well, for me, like, my last two picks have been ground types as well. Mamoswine and Stunfisk.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of, like, maybe do I have another
Unless you
ground
keep
type?
Elekid and then use Stunfisk.
Yeah, I'll see if I can think of a ground type real quick that I really like.
Yeah, I'm trying to think as well. Oh, God. I'm
Uh,
inclined to say maybe Wooper.
Wooper's cute.
Because you've said ground type and I'm like Graveler, and I'm like, I don't even like Graveler. But all I've got in my head is Graveler. It's like the only ground type that ever... Ooh! Steelix.
Oh, Steelix is cool. Did you see it in the Sword and Shield trailer where it's like floating around?
Yeah.
He looks so cool.
What a good boy.
I think mine is Mega Swampert.
Oh, the buff one.
Yeah, the big buff boy.
I don't know if I like buff Swampert. It makes me uncomfortable.
I like I just like the
that.
Pokemon that look really tough.
It's like the Machoke that comes to you
Yeah.
and beat you up.
Yeah, Mega Swampert, he's a buff boy.
You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
No,
You'd be
you wouldn't.
Off goes my life.
Unless he was mine, and then I'd be like, hello.
He honestly looks
Swampert.
like a character out of My Hero.
He does a bit.
Quirk. Massive. Yeah. I'm going to say, Steelix for me, definitely.
Cool. Flying type is next.
Alright, I've got two that tie for this. It's really hard to pick. It is either Togekiss or Lugia.
Ooh.
And I'm more inclined to say Lugia because the whole reason I picked Silver was because of Lugia. I even had the Pogs that came out of Crisps.
I remember
Lugia on.
those.
Yeah, Lugia was just my life during Gen 2. I loved it so much. I was so happy. And my favourite flying type move is Aeroblast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like I'm going to say that wrong for some reason. It's like Aerosmith. My favourite flying type move is Aerosmith. That's my favourite flying type move, and it's like tied to Lugia.
Yeah.
And
I don't think any other Pokemon gets it.
no, it's like Sacred Fire, I think. Is it Sacred Fire?
Sacred Fire, Entei learns that.
Or am I thinking of the Sacred Ash? Because he gets
Sacred Ash is
he
the
gets
item.
the Sacred Ash item, doesn't
Yeah.
he? But Lugia doesn't get an item, but gets a move.
Right.
guess.
But no,
Specific
Ho-Oh's move is Sacred Fire, but
Yeah,
Entei
yeah.
got that
As
recently as well.
Oh,
So.
Did
So
it
it's
not
not-
have it in Gen 2?
Not back then. It didn't have
okay,
it until
that's
like
probably what it was.
Gen 6 or 7.
Oh,
Like it's been
okay.
really recent.
Oh, okay. So that was obviously a parallel, but also saying like Ho and Lugia are in the same thing. But yeah, it's very difficult for me to choose between those two. Very difficult.
They're really close.
Yeah.
Mine is far and away Staraptor.
Staraptor is so good. That would be a very close third, probably. I love Staraptor.
I love Staraptor.
Go on, do the cry.
It's-
I've been thinking about
I did
that all
last
week. Oh, what was that? Yeah, Starly's Cry. I was playing Pokemon Go on my way to work, and I have my partner's massive headphones on, and I only have the sounds on Pokemon Go, and I have like my music blaring.
Yeah.
So I've got Mystery Skulls, and then this Starly like, and I'm like, somewhere Charlie is like crying. So I've been thinking about that all week.
I love Staraptor and its whole line. Like I could never play a Gen 4 game and not have this, like, not catch a Starly.
Screaming bird.
Yeah. Like, it's so cool. It gets Intimidate. It's got close combat as well.
So good.
It's another one that I used in VGC for a bit as well. Just so cool. Love it.
This is just the Gen 4 podcast, isn't it, really?
Yeah. The Sinnohcast.
Sinnohcast! Coming to you live from Goldenrod City. We just moved the whole thing.
Yeah.
To Sinnoh.
Sinnoh and Johto, they've got connections, right?
They've both definitely got gyms.
Yep. Okay, next type is poison type.
Ooh, Crobat.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
I do quite like poison as a type, but it tends to be like, where I have used it the most has always been like a secondary type, so like Venusaur.
Yeah.
I actually thought that Ground was super effective against Ghost for the longest time because of the Ghost poison thing of Gen 1.
Yeah.
And then when you start like, because Misdreavus is just Ghost, right? Mm-hmm. And when you like Earthquake and Misdreavus and it's not even like moving, you're like, oh, my life is a lie. I do really like poison as a type, and I'm so glad it's finally got its moment to shine.
Yeah, I think they've come out with some really good poison types lately as well. Like, yeah. I think now that Fairy is a thing, like, they've got the freedom to make like really good poison types.
Yeah. I'd like to say Poison Eevee.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But Crobat definitely.
Yeah. Mine is Drapion or Drapion. I don't know how the...
I say Drapion.
I don't know. Like, I always say Drapion because that's what it looks like to me.
I mean, not that English does have a lot of rules that it goes by, but if it would be Drapion with a double P.
Yeah.
Technically, but it's Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. So I've never used a Drapion or Drapion. I've never trained one. I just think it's really cool.
Oh.
Because so like you can basically like almost never catch it because in the Gen 4 games it's only available in the Great Marsh, which is like the Safari Zone area.
You get Skorupi.
Skorupi, yeah. Skorupi. You can only catch that there.
Yeah.
But and nowadays if I'm playing a Gen 4 game it's probably a Nuzlocke. So I'm locked into the first Pokemon that I see, and I've never seen a Skorupi as my first one, so...
That's really sad.
Yeah, I don't know where else like
Hashtag
it's supposed to be at in any other game. So
no, it's quite an odd one, but it doesn't get put in the Galar decks.
Yeah.
Which would be the box legendary. Drapion. Like, at last I can have one. I think going back to that's quite an interesting thing. Favourite Pokemon that you've never had. Volcarona for me. I love Volcarona.
Volcarona's sweet.
And it's because I've been commissioned to draw it quite a few times, but I've never had one. And I love Volcarona's design. I've never used one, but that would be pretty high up in my fire type.
Yeah.
All of 2. Yippee! I think, actually, going back to fire type, Charmander. But I've only appreciated Charmander since my 3rd playthrough of Leaf Green. Because that was the first time I ever picked a fire starter.
It took a while.
It did take a while. It was probably about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I named her Jaffa. And because I love it when I get female starters because the ratio is so low. So I get like really giddy about the rarity of a female starter. And I think it's kind of cute when you got a female trainer as well. I don't know, just it's cute. And so I named her Jaffa, and I fell in love so hard with that Charmander, and now she's a Charizard, and I love her so much. So proud of her. I think she's in Soul Silver now.
Cool.
Or Platinum. I should find her. But yeah, so what's after Poison?
After Poison is Fighting, which is my favourite type overall.
Well, Charlie, you might as well go first. This is your type after all.
Yeah, I love fighting type Pokemon. I don't know why.
You can't say Chestnut for this. Because I didn't pick Larvitar.
Alright, fine. It's hard mode then.
I was like, hard mode's not a Pokemon.
No, it's hard mode because I can't just go easy mode and pick Chestnut. Okay. Fighting type favourite that's not Chestnut.
It's gotta be.
I think I'd probably say... Probably Buzzwole.
What the heck? I always associate you with Primeape.
Primeape. I do love Primeape as well.
I love Primeape so much, and I'm like, oh, I find a Primeape card, and I give it to you, and you're like, oh, gee, it's not Buzzwole.
I don't know. Like, since Ultra Sun and Moon has come out, like, I think Buzzwole is like the best designed Pokemon out of that.
I've never encountered Buzzwole, but I hear a lot about him in TCG.
Yeah, and he's only had 2 different cards in the TCG so far, and both have been like absolutely bonkers good. Wow.
Like, I heard Sean he's been playing Pokemon Sun, I think, or Ultra Sun.
Yeah.
And last night it was like, buff Wasp, buff Fly, what is this? And I think he accidentally killed it. He was really angry. And he raged that hard that I was thrown off my game of Persona dancing in Starlight. I was like, what did you do? I was on a perfect streak. So he was raging about this buff Fly, and I was like losing on a dancing game.
I just love it because like it's a buff like mosquito thing, and all it does is just like gesticulate its muscles at you. Like,
it sounds like a JoJo character.
Yeah, it is. It is like a JoJo Pokemon, like almost. Like I love the like all the Pokemon with like that like personality to them. Like, I know you don't like Simisage or because it's a monkey, but I love it because it's got like it's permanently stuck in a thumbs up pose.
I know, but then Simipour is just permanently in a weird pose.
Yeah. I don't care about Simipour or Simisear.
I even hate the word Simipour. I just want to.
Yeah. I mean, that like I could do like a whole like 10-minute rant on why they didn't name Simipour or Panpour correctly, because you're making a face at me. Because right, so you got Pansage and Pansear. You got Pan and then a 4-letter word relating to their element, starting with S. So you would think they would continue that for the third one and go Pan Soak. Right?
Yeah, but that just sounds like what you do after you've like cooked something.
Well,
doing a pan soak.
Yeah, I'm doing a Pansear. I'm cooking.
Just to raise the Pokemon.
Why did hire me, Game Freak, or
and
whoever does the English like translations of the names? Like, come on, like that was such an easy like low hanging fruit for that one. Like, Panpour, are you serious? Okay, anyway.
I mean, the Pokemon shouldn't even exist. Sorry if anyone really likes that Pokemon. It's monkeys.
Yeah.
I'm kind of freaked out by monkeys in general, like in real life. And also monkey Pokemon.
Is it kind of like uncanny valley?
It is a little bit. Like, unless it's like lemurs. Like, that's different because they're cute. But like, you get these movies from the 90s where it was like, oh god, like in Friends, when he has his monkey.
Marcel.
And I hated it.
That was
so
the worst
much.
season.
I hate it. It freaks me out.
Yeah. I never watched Friends growing up, but like obviously
so bad. Why does he have a monkey?
Yeah.
Who
like,
wrote
when
that?
When I got with Lauren, like she showed me Friends, and like the first season or 2 that he's got, they were the worst seasons.
I mean, we could do an entire podcast episode on Ross.
Oh,
he
God,
is a problematic man.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was my favourite as a kid, and then I watched him as an adult, and I'm like, oh my god.
He is not relatable at all.
No. Except we have the same birthday.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ross Geller is
wow, okay.
of October. But at one point he actually has 2 birthdays, because earlier on in the show he says his birthday's like August or something, or July.
Oh.
And then later on it's confirmed to be October 18th. So I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah. So continuity. But I don't know, my favourite fighting type. I've had all this time to think.
Oh god, yeah, you still haven't even said anything.
Favourite fighting? I use a lot of fighting types though. What do I like? Oh, Staraptor's not a fighting type, is it?
No, it just learns close combat.
Yeah, to me it's a fighting type.
I really like the fighting type trainers in the games as well.
Yeah, they're funny. They've got funny names, some of them.
Yeah. Chuck.
Like, no, not Chuck.
That's a funny name.
Like the ones that... Like, I'm sure there's a black belt knob.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there is
black
that.
belt knob.
I meant like the sort of like mainish characters.
Oh, okay.
Like the fighting type masters.
Okay.
Like
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno.
Apparently.
I love Karina. Karina's cute.
Let me look at some fighting types,
Okay.
because I can't think. Keep talking about your favourite type.
Yeah. Karina's cute. She's a rollerblader. Maylene, also cute. Bruno, classic. Chuck, he's a funny guy. Brawly, which everyone in the day like thought was ripping off of a Dragon Ball character name.
Okay. So, even though I really do respect the fighting type, it has some of my least favourite Pokemon and my most least favourite Pokemon.
Yes.
I've just scrolled and I'm very unhappy. But honestly, there's some Pokemon in the fighting thing, and like a Timber, Gerda, Throw. Throw?
Yeah, a bit uninspired.
I'm not a fan of those. I think it would be Breloom.
Oh, Breloom's cool.
Because I used to use a Breloom, like I had a hardcore Breloom in Sapphire. He was a tank. It's not even that strong of a Pokemon in general, I don't think, Breloom.
It's pretty strong actually.
Is it?
I mean, it's one of the only Pokemon that
like
learns Spore, which is 100% accurate sleep-inducing move, which is really annoying.
Yeah. No, my Breloom like kicked ass in Sapphire. I loved it. That's probably why I get on with Lauren so well, because I had Shroomish very early on in my life. Yeah, it would be Breloom for me.
Cool.
What's next? Which way did you go?
We might be looking at a different one.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the Slug Plastic Wind one. Which one did you look at?
Let's see. That one.
Oh, okay. Psychic
type. There's a lot of psychic type
there
Pokemon.
Is. And it was so OP in Gen 1.
Oh, yeah.
It was terrifying.
Far and away, like, the best type in the game.
It's like you go straight to Saffron City as early as you can and get Psychic, and you're just, like, ruining.
Like, I think, like, out of the top 10 Pokemon, like, power-wise, not counting Mewtwo, even.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like...
Mewtwo's his own type.
Like,
Forget Slug. Mewtwo.
Like, if you discount Mewtwo and Mew out of Gen 1, like... I think the top 10 Pokemon from that generation, like 6 or 7 are Psychic type still.
I feel like I know your favourite Psychic, but it might not be. But it's one that I associate with you.
Okay, what do you think it is?
It's Scoops.
Oh, Alakazam! Yeah, I always name my Alakazam Scoops because he's got spoons.
But I keep wanting to call him Spoons instead of Scoops. Like, for some reason, I had to think then. It's not Spoons, it's Scoops. Scoops.
I do like Alakazam, and I can't not call him Scoops whenever I have one. I wouldn't say he's my favourite all-time Psychic type, though.
Speaking of on the line of Alakazam, Kadabra's tail freaks me out. When it comes at you in Let's Go, its tail's massive and it floats towards you, and it scares me.
It does look like way too heavy to be levitating.
It's creepy. Yeah, a little bit. Not cool. He's just a scoop.
A scoop. Favorite Psychic type. It's really difficult actually because so many legendary Pokemon are Psychic type.
Yeah, like Lugia.
Yeah, Lugia, the Latios, Latias are Psychic type. Jirachi, Deoxys. Mewtwo, obviously. Celebi. Victini is a Psychic type. Lots and lots of Psychic type legendaries.
There's a reason I fought so hard for Lugia and flying.
Yeah.
And my favourite is actually a Gen 5.
Oh, okay.
It's Duosian.
Duosian. Why Duosion and not Solosis or Reuniclus?
I think I like Duosion because it's cuter than the other two, but I do love that whole line so much.
I think that's a really well designed line.
God, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like Gen 5 brought like a ton of really well designed. Well, yeah, okay. There's always going to be a couple that don't quite hit the mark, but I think Gen 5, like, the quality of the designs in that generation are so good.
Really good. I think I've told you the story where I made my own edible Solosis.
Did you? What?
Did I know? Oh, okay. So I bought lime jelly and apricots, and I fashioned the apricots into like the little butts that are inside the Solosis thing, the little thing inside the cell. And so I cut the apricots into like a butt shape, and then I put the icing. I drew their faces on with icing, sort of like half refrigerated the jelly until it was not ready, but it was still wet, so I could suspend the apricots in the jelly, and I put jelly in the egg cups. So I put then the apricot in, but when I took them out, the icing had smeared all over. So these demonic Solosis jellies, they tasted good. They were just lime and apricot. But I've got a photo somewhere of these like streak like terrifying Solosis jellies.
Wow.
But I was on one that night. I went to Tesco to buy lime jelly. Oh, I just had to because they just look edible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
they do look like some sort of gummy kind of thing. They do.
So yeah, my favourite is Duosion. It's just a little bit cuter than the other two by a tiny bit for me. But I do love that whole line so much. Yeah. You figured yours out?
Yeah,
no copying me.
No, I'm not copying you.
Oh, you're not gonna say.
I think you are.
You're not gonna say. Don't you dare! You don't get me onto this podcast and tell me your favourite psychic type is one of those two. Don't you dare.
I think it might be though.
Don't. That's not on. The podcast's over, guys. We're not.
Oh, actually, no. I've just thought of another one that I really like. Gallade.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
What was it going to be?
I mean, yeah, it was going to be basically the same type as Gallade, which you don't like at all.
No.
Like your least favourite Pokemon of all time.
Meditite.
Well...
You would have picked Medicham.
Medicham, yeah. Medicham is, I guess, a close second to Gallade for me.
It winds me up, and I don't know why. It triggers me, that Pokemon. I don't know why.
I understand Meditite because he looks really weird.
Yeah,
he's like a diaper
gross.
monkey.
It's like Mineta. Mineta is a Meditite.
He does look like a Meditite.
Yeah.
Minetitite. But yeah, Gallade is super cool.
Yeah, I like Gallade.
Yeah.
Also like the Gardevoir line.
Yeah, Gardevoir's cool too.
Mega Gardevoir in her goth prom dress.
Actually, Mega Gallade is super sweet because he gets like a cape and stuff.
Yeah. What good boys. Ooh! Dark type. Can I go first?
Yeah.
Yay, Tyranitar! Okay, that's enough.
But you already said Larvitar.
No. Steelix!
Oh, that's right. You did say Steelix.
I'm not
okay.
Tyranitar.
All right. Okay.
Crunch boy.
Crunchy boy.
It's like my favourite dark type move as well as Crunch. Surprising no one. Crunch used to be... Was it Bite? Bite used to be...
Normal type. Yeah.
Tyranitar has just been my firm favourite. Like, I think I've mentioned before, like, back in Gen 1, like in Yellow, Pikachu was my favourite. Pikachu's quite low down now for me. But I remember encountering a Larvitar in Mount Silver, and I hadn't seen that Pokemon anywhere before. I hadn't got Stadium 2 by then, so I hadn't seen all the Pokemon. And Silver for me was like some kind of religious experience. Everything was amazing. And I'd not come across a Larvitar yet. And I caught one. I was like, that's really cute. And I was like, I'm going to train it up. And it took forever. And it's just takes so long. And Pupitar for me was like, just you're like, okay, but it's not turning into something cool. But then it does.
Yeah.
And do not get me wrong, I have got a gigantic Pupitar plush. I love him so much, and he's so grumpy. And mine in Soul Silver used to give me flowers, and I'm like, you've got no hands. You've got no hands.
How do you hold anything?
He used to be really grumpy with me. He used to like hate me and then give me flowers. And it was kind of like, you know, in the anime where Charmander loves Ash, Charmeleon hates Ash, and Charizard kind of learns to love Ash.
Yeah.
It was like that for me. And Tyranitar was like, oh god, that Soul Silver Tyranitar. But back in Silver, and yeah, and I remember putting it in Stadium, like this Tyranitar that I'd built up, and putting it in Stadium for the first time, and it was just so good, and it's never changed for me.
That's really cool.
And it's honestly, I've been told that it's not a Pokemon that people associate with me unless they know me and they know it's my favourite. But I think the way I dress and the things like my aesthetic, that kind of thing is very like pinks and yellows and stuff. So people expect Jolteon and Jigglypuff and Ditto.
Yeah. But
they do not expect Tyranitar, and that kind of makes me proud because I'm like, yeah, I like my big spiky boy. I quite like the Godzilla movies as well.
Yeah.
They're really cool, so a big love. But that's the history of me and Tyranitar. Your turn. Dark type. I think I know this one.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah. It's another fighting type.
Yeah. Scraggy.
Yeah.
Scraggy.
You're just like, I'm going to name a fighting and or ground type for every Pokemon.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking of Crocodile as well.
Oh, God. Yeah, there you go.
Crocodile's really
Ground.
Cool.
Is it ground?
It is ground, yeah.
Dark, yeah, not rock. Crocodile's weird. I don't know why. He's got these weird shades.
Yeah, that's why he's cool. I like Scraggy more than I do Scrafty though. I think Scraggy's just really cute.
Yeah. I don't know, I kind of like Scrafty's hair.
Yeah, that's cool.
But Scraggy's cuter, for definite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any touching stories about the dark type?
No, but I liked.
But I like Scraggy.
I liked Ash's Scraggy that he had in the anime because he hatches it from an egg, like the moment that it comes out of the egg, it's like really like combative and like always like headbutts things.
Cute.
But he's obviously like level 1, so he can't like fight.
He's bless him. Oh, so following on from dark type, what's my favourite rock type? I wonder. I actually, let me think about this one a little bit more because I do default to Tyranitar. I can't say Mega Tyranitar either.
No.
God damn it.
What do you think of Mega Tyranitar? Like, is it cooler than...
He has more spikes.
He's got more spikes.
I love him. Yeah, I was in love with Mega Tyranitar. I actually have 2 pieces of merch with... I've got quite a chunk of Mega Tyranitar stuff, not as much as my other stuff, but I have some charms that are on my phone case that we took to Japan, and I have the Mega Stone and the Mega Tyranitar charm, and I also have the Tomy set where it's Larvitar, Pupitar, and he's got a little stand because Pupitar doesn't stand up on his own. He's got his little blue stand that's the same colour as him, and a Tyranitar, and then a Mega Tyranitar, and his little feet move and you can sit him down. And it did come with a plastic Mega Stone, and oh god, yeah, I love Mega Tyranitar. Obviously.
Yeah.
I can't think of a rock type right now though. Do you know your favourite rock type?
I think so. I had to kind of think about it as well.
I'm trying to think.
I think like rock type has a lot of really cool Pokemon in it.
It does. It's a type that I am very drawn to in general, especially using it. I tend to like a lot of types that seem to hate on flying type. Electric, rock. I like ice as a type as well. Yeah. Which is mean to flying, but flying type's one of my favourite types. Oh well. I'm gonna Google rock.
I think my fauvorite rock type is probably...
It just says Geodude. There's only one. Everything else is cancelled.
The only rock type.
Machop.
That's not a rock type. I think my favourite rock type is probably Omanyte. because he's just cute.
I love Ammonite. In my Pokemon Go game.
Oh, you got a shiny one.
Yeah, my first shiny and a full art shiny is an Ammonite, and I love him so much. She is called Mr. Sparkle because she looks like Mr. Sparkle from The Simpsons.
Yeah, Ammonite's really cute.
There's only 60 rock type Pokemon, making it the 9th rarest type.
Oh wow! So that makes it basically right in the middle, then, right? If there's 18 types.
Yeah, actually, it sounded rarer, doesn't it?
Yeah,
they made it sound really rare. It's actually the middle.
Yeah. I guess if you're unremarkable like that, you've got to make it sound a lot better than it is.
Oh, Tyranitar. Okay, so I would probably say, even though I've never had one, Diancie.
Ooh. Okay.
I just love the design.
Yeah.
Can you actually get it? Was there an event in Japan?
There was an event in the West as well to get it. It was just like I think like a distribution or like a code or something.
Missed it. Damn it.
They probably bring it out like every generation though, to be fair. I remember when it was
maybe
out
not anymore.
well, yeah, that's true. It might not. I'd say it's probably pretty likely that it's not in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember getting it when the code or whatever it was came out in X and Y, and I remember I actually I soft reset so that I could like get a good natured one as well.
Cool. Special shout out to Corsola.
Oh, Corsola's cute too.
It needs an evolution or a baby evolution. It's just half a bit of coral.
I don't think they'll ever do baby evolutions again.
Do you think? Oh, that makes me sad.
See, I think
Have
like
they done them since?
only in Gen 4.
Again, the best gen.
Yeah. Gen 2, 3 and 4 had babies. But yeah, I don't think they'll ever do babies again because they're basically just dex filler. Like they don't actually serve any purpose than just to be another thing to catch or hatch.
They're very marketable though. The babies. Also Relicanth. He's an old man. I like Relicanth. But yeah, so the next type is, oh god, I've lost the tab. Bug. Not to be confused with slug. Oh god. Are you gonna say Buzzwole again?
Well,
I presume he's bug and fighting.
He is bug and fighting.
Thank God.
No,
he's food and fighting.
I think I really like Golisopod.
Oh, I see. I call it Golisopod.
Well, it's a Goliath isopod.
Oh my god. See, I've only heard people call it Golisopod.
Well, that's how it looks like.
Yeah, because
how it's spelled.
In a commission I've got at the moment, part of his team is Golisopod.
Yeah.
I love Isopod. You can buy. I've shown you this, haven't I? The cuddly ones, the giant cuddly ones. Yeah. I love them so much. I would have a pet. They're so weird.
I don't know if I would go that far.
I would. I honestly would. I love them so much. I like pill bugs though. I don't know why. But you think they'd freak me out? Like me. That's the kind of thing that would freak me out. But woodlice and pill bugs are just so cute.
I remember just like on Sun and Moon, like I really liked Wimpod. Because it was just like a scaredy.
Isn't it the
thing.
Worst Pokemon, or is it still Sunkern?
I think it's Weedle. I think Weedle's always been the worst one. No, well, Sunflora is the worst evolved Pokemon. I'm pretty sure.
Imagine if Sunkern was more.
Or maybe it's like a baby now or something like that. That's like the worst.
Can you imagine if Sunkern was more buff?
But yeah, in Sun and Moon, I ended up having like a half bug team.
No way.
Because I really liked. I really wanted to catch Wimpod. Because it runs away from you in the overworld as well.
That's not correct.
So we just looked up this thing that says that bug type is weak to electric. That's not a thing.
This is Brock. Is Brock written this page? Ash's Pokemon is a water type, and it's totally What is that? What have you heard
I
that?
totally forgot what the quote is, but he
God.
gets something super wrong. But yeah, I got the Wimpod, and it evolves into Golisopod, which I was really happy about. And then I also had Vikavolt on my team at the same time.
Can I just say that website, that Weak to Electric, is actually a website called pokeweakness.com, and it can't even get them right.
Okay.
Grubbin might be mine. I'm just checking. Grubbin is so cute. So cute.
He's definitely like one of the cutest like early game bugs. Although it is a shame that you can't.
No, of course
fully...
I know mine.
Okay, go on.
Oh my god, it's Combi.
Oh
my god,
yeah.
of course it is. Yeah. Crisis averted. Yeah, Combi. With a little... I've got a plush one, and it's like in my hallway on my little stand, and there's a Combi at the top. I love
90% of combis like never evolve as well.
That's just real life.
Yeah.
Also Ribombi.
Ribombi's cute.
I actually want to do a cosplay of Ribombi, like a what's the word? Gijinka. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other bug that I had on my team for Sun and Moon.
No way.
I had Ribombi, Vikavolt, and Golisopod all on my team.
You're just like...
I was like a Guzma poser.
You're like Weevil from...
Weevil. Weevil Underwood.
Yeah. Oh, what a foul name. That's so Was it 4Kids?
Yeah.
Originally. It's such a 4Kids thing. It's like, these jelly-filled donuts are my favourite.
Yeah. In Japan, he's called Insector Haga.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh,
His
God.
name is Haga. I guess that's got some sort of like bug reference in it, and like his title was like Insector or something like that. I don't know.
Oh God. Yeah. Next type.
Ghost. That's an easy one for me. Like Snap Pick, Rotom.
Yes, it could have had that for your favourite electric.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that actually at the
No.
time. So yeah, maybe Rotom is like actually my favourite electric. And especially Rotom Heat, because I love his little oven mitts.
I've just clicked electric by accident.
Okay, so if we retroactively say that Rotom's my favourite electric type,
Yeah.
then...
Move over, Stunfisk.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, actually...
He looks like an insole.
Actually, like, Stunfisk is probably really close as well. If I had to pick another ghost type, I guess I would say Decidueye.
I just realised how many ghost types I love.
Yeah. There's a lot
I
of
don't
really good
use
ones.
it as much. I tend to find that I don't really need it in my team as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a useful type to me, but I like a lot of the Pokemon in it. I'm just going to go through the ones that I love. Banette.
Oh yeah, good one.
Including the Mega. Drifloon.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the shiny.
Oh
Yellow
yeah,
and blue.
that's a really good shiny.
And I know my favourite, but I'm going to come back to it. Spiritomb
Yeah.
is a good one. Pumpkaboo, Mimikyu.
Oh yeah, that's a very good one.
Shedinja is another favourite for me. Just
Yes.
the way that you obtain it is so weird. Just, it's the skin. It's so gross. I like Honedge, Aegislash.
Yeah, they're good.
Decidueye, Hooper.
Hooper, I love Hooper.
I love Hooper.
Hooper's cool.
Marshadow is really cute, but I've never come across it. And Lunala. There's so many really good ones, but my favourite
Is it Giratina?
It is!
I noticed that was absent from the list.
Yeah.
So.
No, he's wonderful, especially centipede form.
Yes.
Origin form. The wiggly form.
Mm-hmm.
A good wiggly. I always call mine Jerry.
Jerry.
Even though it's pronounced Giratina, I mean, you could also argue that in English it could be Giratina, and so I go backwards and forwards between the two, even though it is Giratina. So Jerry Giratina.
Nice.
Jerry. Yeah. Chandelure.
Chandeler's really good
So
too.
good. There's a lot of good ghost types. I can see why it's a lot of people's favourite types. Keep losing the tab. I keep getting
What's
a pop-up.
next?
pop-up ad for the Link's Awakening amiibo, and it's so cute.
It is very cute.
Ooh, my other favourite type, Steel.
Ooh, Steel.
And I know this one.
Okay, go on.
You know, I said earlier that there was a Pokemon that I wanted to say for electric, but I was going to bring it up later.
Okay, yeah.
Magneton! You nearly crashed the car once, didn't you? Because I found a shiny. And I screamed. We were coming out of Birmingham, and I got, I think it was full odds as well. I don't think there was an event on.
No, I don't think there was.
Yeah, and I got a shiny Magnemite while you were driving on a busy intersection bit coming out of Birmingham, and I made you jump.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's golden. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love him so much. I actually didn't care about that line at all. I kind of liked it in Snap, where you like poked it along and then the three of them combined. That was really cute. And I only actually started liking it in Leaf Green.
Okay.
I had one in my team in Leaf Green, and I just remember it like blasting its way through like Victory Road with steel type moves and stuff.
Yeah. Well, being the only steel type in the game is like pretty good, I suppose. Must be nice.
Yeah. And even though obviously it has like quite I don't mean like tight weaknesses, but it's obviously got really low defense, but it's like a special sweeper, isn't it, really? Like,
its defense is pretty high.
Well, special defense?
Special defense, I think is a bit lower.
It can get, and like a fighting type move will just crush it.
Yeah. And ground type as well.
Yeah.
That's
Unless
a double
it's got
weakness.
Levitate.
It doesn't have levitate.
Doesn't it?
No. That would be broken if it had levitate.
I'm gonna
on a quadruple like effective ground type move. It can learn Magnet Rise.
Okay.
To basically make itself levitate for 5 turns.
That's probably where I'm getting that from then. But yeah, Magnemite and Magneton, they're so cute. I love them. I've got a plushie Magnemite. He's so cute. I love him. I don't know why. It's just literally a magnet with an eyeball, but I love it so much. It's actually I find it not difficult to draw in the sense of technicality, but because if you know me and my art style, I have drawn Pokemon as Dittos since, oh god, it must be like 15 years of my life now.
Yeah. That
I just draw them with Ditto eyes, and that was why it was my online persona, and it stems from the Bulbasaur Dittos in Snap. So that's where I got that from, and I just drew them. I was like, that's funny, and I never stopped. And oh god, yeah, it must have been... No, it was about 13 years ago. I started it in college.
Yeah.
Not like university college. So for the Americans out there, college for us in the UK starts at the age of 16. Mm-hmm. And so when I went to art college, I started drawing them as Dittos then. So it's been like 13 years of my life. I'm so old. We're the same age, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like we were nearly born on the same day. It's crazy. But so it's been my thing for so long, but you can't draw Magnemite like... Well, you can, but it's crap.
Yeah.
It's just a dot, but it's already just got a dot with a white circle around it. It's one of the more frustrating Pokemon to put in my style. I will tell you that. I normally just draw it normal.
Yeah.
I don't Ditto-fy it. Just other than putting a full face on it, which I think they did that in the merchandise.
Yeah.
I must have the Ditto.
I'm sure you do.
Magnemite.
Yeah.
But it's got the full face, but to me, it's
I've
just
seen
the eye. So
yeah.
it doesn't work for me as much, but it's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
That's me and my Magnemite story. Your turn.
Okay.
You're allowed to say Steelix for this.
I won't, though.
Aww.
He's not my favourite. He's pretty cool. He's not my favourite. For me, it's really close between Heatran and Bisharp.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Bisharp. I don't know. It's just one of those that I'm like... Well, it's not that I'm not a fan. It's just the one, like, Like, I couldn't draw it from the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. I really like Heatran.
Heatran's awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't it female or something?
It's one of the only legendaries that has a gender.
Yeah.
Like it
I'm
could
sure
be
I had
either.
a girl one.
Yeah.
That's why I always think it's always female. And I'm like, that makes little to no sense. Like, Jinx is always female.
Yes.
And that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like, isn't oh no, can you get male Chansey?
No, Chansey's always female as
Chansey's
well.
always female. But for some reason in my head, Heatran's always a girl. Because I've only had like one, I think, or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I think
it's
like
a girl.
like Latios and Latias obviously have genders. The genies are all male. And then Heatran is like, I think it might be the only legendary that can have a gender and be either one.
Okay.
There might be some more recent ones that
like some of
are
the
the
ones that
same,
we just
but
don't think about.
yeah. But I know like as of at least Gen 5 it was the only one. Probably Gen 6 as well.
We've got 2 more types left, and then we'll probably have to sign off, won't we?
Yeah.
Dragon.
There's so many cool dragon types. I think I'd probably say Goomy though, for me.
I like Goomy.
Goomy.
Probably Dragonair.
Dragonair?
Yeah.
Dragonair's pretty.
I'm not as big of a fan of Dragonite.
No.
I used to have these little figures, and I had a Dratini Dragonite figure. And it's so funny because like in the little plastic figures, they're always the same size as each other. So the Dratini was as big as the Dragonite. And like Dragonair is like one of the longest Pokemon apparently, or it was back in the day.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's probably still up there.
Yeah. It's massive. Or at least I think of it as like a massive hench boy. Like it's like this Pokemon is huge and it's just long.
Yeah.
It's like Furret. The whole Furret thing. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that another time. But the Furret size thing is so funny. But for some reason, at one point in my life, I decided to tart up my Pokemon figures, and so I painted on them.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have any paint.
What?
It was nail varnish.
Oh.
So I had this so glittery Dragonite. I think that's why I don't like it as much. Because I just hated how it turned out.
Oh.
With all this like goopy glitter stuck to it, because it was like Claire's or like really cheap nail varnish I'd get for like Christmas. I never painted my own nails, but for some reason I thought I'd be a really creative artiste and paint this Dragonite. Oh, is it so ugly?
He's shiny.
He's sparkly.
Yeah. That's funny. It's one of the weirdest evolutions.
It is.
Though.
I don't think it's.
Apparently, Dratini and Dragonair were designed by a different person to the person who
I could
designed
tell.
Dragonite.
It's
I don't know why they decided to put it together though.
They're like, oh, that's sick. They're both dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dragonite as like say Lance is.
Yeah.
I do like Dragonite. It's very pretty. Could have just stopped there and I'd have been happy.
Yeah.
But just got longer.
I think like maybe even if they just made Dragonite blue rather than orange, like maybe that would have made a bit more sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Dratini as well. I like his nose.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's just I want to like squeeze his nose. It's cute. Did you say yours? What was yours?
Did I say him? Oh yeah, Goomy.
Goomy.
Goomy. He's cute, and he doesn't look like a dragon at all.
He's so inoffensive, isn't he? Bless him. Not like he's probably got some offensive moves. I mean, like inoffensive as a design. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
The last one, Fairy.
Fairy.
Yeah. I know mine. Are you copying me?
What? No.
Are we having the same one?
No.
Why not?
Why not start a fairy?
No, why not? I love Jigglypuff so much. I should have a consultation for my tattoo soon, my Jigglypuff tattoo.
Oh, you getting it?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm going to get Jigglypuff and Ditterpuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Jigglypuff. I've only just recently started liking Jigglypuff, and I don't know why. I didn't really like it as a kid. I think as a kid, Jigglypuff actually annoyed me because it was one of the Pokemon that the adults knew.
Okay. Yeah.
They know Pikachu, Squirtle, and Jigglypuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also on Smash Brothers, my mum would beat me to a pulp with Jigglypuff. And I can't play as Jigglypuff, but I would get absolutely wrecked by Jigglypuff. And I was like, I don't like the Pokemon. And then the past couple of years, I'm just like, I just relate to this Jigglypuff in general. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel it's like my soul animal. Like, this is my Pokemon, and Then my partner bought me the Build-A-Bear Jigglypuff, and I just haven't stopped talking about it since.
Oh, that's the one that smells funny, right?
She smells beautiful. She smells like a pink rainbow, and you will respect her. Although I was going to take her into Build-A-Bear and ask if they could like open up the stitching and put a fresh one in because it's a bit faded.
Oh.
But apparently they don't do that. And if you want a Build-A-Bear repaired, they've got to go to a Build-A-Bear hospital. You've got to send them away, and I'm like, you're not taking it.
Oh. That sounds serious.
But she sings. I got the full works of that chick. She's also got the heart inside that was the charity donation heart. She got a purple heart.
Oh.
But yeah, I love her. She's called Pudding. Her full name's Princess Pudding.
Princess Pudding.
Pudding Hime.
Pudding sense. Pudding cess.
Pudding-cess.
Pudding cess.
I didn't even think of that. Oh my god. I just like Pudding Hime. What's yours? Moving on from that.
Mine's Klefki.
Klefki's so cute.
Yeah. I think Klefki's like kind of misunderstood.
A lot of people hate it. They're like, it's just a bunch of keys. I'm like,
it's not actually. Like, the keys aren't part of its design.
It's very Japanese yokai feeling.
The keys are part of its design, but they're not part of its body. Like, it's actually just like a little sprite.
Yeah.
With like two really long arms that like connect at the bottom, and it collects keys.
Yeah.
The keys are not part of its body.
What I'm sorry, but that is one of the best concepts they've come up with for a Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love it.
I used to have an actual like keychain.
Klefki on there.
I have a Klefki figure.
Yeah.
But I also used to have a Klefki keychain. Which
is
actually...
it like the ones that me and Lauren have got, like the Litten, and I've got the Pikachu tail?
No. It was actual like an actual metal Klefki with like key loops on it, and you could actually put your keys on it.
Oh my god.
And sadly, because I used it so much, it broke. But it was really cool. It was from like the Japanese Pokemon Center, and I got it off of one of the Japanese players who came to the World Championships one year, and like. They basically brought like a suitcase full of like Pokemon Center merch, and I saw it and I was like, I have to have that. It was so cool.
Klefki's brilliant. It definitely ties into, if you know anything about like Shinto and yokai and the sort of the concept of putting life into objects and putting love. I mean, people are all over it since Marie Kondo. Mm-hmm. And that is a massive part of Japanese culture. It's like Rotom reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And like Aegislash is a
Vanilla.
And like life into things. Like people give life to things, even inanimate things. And Klefki is just such a big part of that. To me, at least, like that's where it comes from. In my opinion, it must do, because other than that, it is just keys, isn't it? But I think people really misunderstand Klefki, like you said.
Yeah.
To me, it's one of those item Pokemon, and it does tie into Shinto beliefs where you put love and you put life into something. It could be a piece of paper, it could be a chair, it could be anything, but you put your own life into these things, and that's what like makes these things real. And I think that Pokemon represents that way of thinking, because it is so deeply ingrained in Japanese culture that they probably wouldn't think twice about making something like that, almost, I imagine.
Yeah.
And that to me is like really awesome. I love that. But Shinto is part of like a lot of my belief system aligns with Shinto anyway, and so I just would like it anyway. It kind of like it just ticks all the boxes for me. So Klefki is a proper solid choice, and I hate when people hate on it. I really do. It winds me up.
Same with like Vanilla. Like people think it's like, oh, it's a living ice cream. It's not, because it's like an ice sprite with powder snow on it. Like, and apparently the powder snow can come off, and it's still got like a face like under it. But it's just like an ice thing.
I can imagine it's the same with like Litwick.
Yeah.
It's not just a candle with a face.
No one's got a problem with Litwick.
No one's got, because it turns into Chandelure, but it's another item Pokemon.
Or Voltorb. No one's got
Voltorb, yeah.
Voltorb.
Voltorb's Gen 1 though, isn't it?
Yeah. Precious Gen 1 can't be faulted.
No, Muck.
I don't know. I think Muck is alright.
It's alright. If that was brought out in Gen 6, people would hate it.
Yeah.
It's one of those Pokemon that if it was brought in later, people wouldn't like it.
Well, it was re-brought out in Gen 7 as Alolan.
I prefer Alolan Muck.
Oh, it's got a better design.
It's cool. But, so those are our favourite Pokemon of every type.
Yeah.
And that was a long chat about that.
That was way longer than I thought we were going to talk about.
I mean,
that.
We've got to go through 36 Pokemon.
True.
So
True.
I guess that's why, and also.
Oh, we talked about the sound. No, not sound. The food type as well.
Type.
Slug type.
I mean, what is your favourite food type?
Um.
Mine's tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steak.
Yeah, fair. Pretty good. But yeah, thanks for watching. Listening. I mean, you can watch the video, but it won't. Nothing will
It's
happen.
just an image.
We should put something in so that if people watch it, then they'll be like, "What was the hidden image of the week?" And then we know they've watched it.
Interesting.
Get on that, Charlie.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah.
And let us know your favourite Pokemon of each type if you fancy it. There is a image meme floating about Instagram at the moment. It's a really old meme.
Yeah.
But you can fill in like your favourite Pokemon on there.
I think if you Google just favourite Pokemon of each type, there's like
meme. There's a blank.
It's like a thing that you can fill out, right?
Yeah, and it's really cool. So let us know your favourite Pokemon from each type. And did you agree with any of ours or disagree? I don't appreciate any love for Meditite whatsoever, so don't even comment that. But yeah, anything else you'd like to say, Charlie?
No, just thanks, like, for all the support and everything, and like,
it's been amazing.
Feel free to send us more questions to answer and stuff, and yeah, we'll be back with more.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.